It's 4 in the morning, and the silence of the house has been replaced by a sound that has lodged itself at the base of your skull. The crying of your first baby. You're 28 years old, and it's only been a week since you left the hospital with a small bundle wrapped in white blankets, convinced that instinct would take care of everything. But now, under the yellowish glow of the nightstand lamp, you realize that instinct didn't come with instructions. The baby is red-faced, with clenched fists and lungs working at full capacity, and you hold him while walking in circles on the bedroom rug, feeling the floor move beneath your feet from the accumulated lack of sleep. You look at your partner, who is sitting on the edge of the bed with her head in her hands. She is crying too. It's not a cry of physical pain. It's the cry of absolute exhaustion and the helplessness of not being able to comfort the being she loves most in the world. The sound of her sobs mixes with the baby's, creating an atmosphere of desperation that seems to suffocate the walls of the room. You approach, put a hand on her shoulder, but you have no words of encouragement because you also feel you're one step away from breaking. At this moment, the idea of romantic parenthood you saw on social media is dead, replaced by a struggle for survival in the early morning hours. You've tried everything. You've fed him, you've changed his diaper 3 times in the last hour, you've wrapped him in that swaddle technique the nurse taught you, and nothing works. Every time he seems to calm down, and you close your eyes for a second, a new cry erupts, louder than the last. You check his temperature with the digital thermometer. The screen reads 97.7. He doesn't have a fever. You feel his belly, and it feels a little hard. Could it be colic? You search on your phone, the screen brightness hurting your eyes, and you read 1,000 conflicting tips on forums for desperate parents. Some say, leave him in the crib. Others say, never put him down. Others talk about white noise and massages. You try the massage. You lay the baby on the bed, between you and your partner. His tiny legs kick fiercely, and you start making circular movements on his abdomen, trying to stay calm so you don't transmit your anxiety to him, even though your heart is racing a mile a minute. Your partner wipes away her tears and moves closer to help. For a moment, the 3 of you are connected in that small space on the bed, surrounded by dirty diapers and unwashed laundry. The baby's crying decreases in intensity, turning into a rhythmic whimper. There's hope. But suddenly, a spasm shakes him, and the cry returns as a roar that seems like it will wake up all the neighbors in the building. You stand up again. Your back hurts, and your arms feel heavy as if you're carrying stones. You start rocking him with a monotonous rhythm, side to side, while you whisper a constant shushing sound that's supposed to mimic the womb. Your mind starts to wander to the past, to the days when sleeping 8 hours was something normal you took for granted. You think about work waiting for you tomorrow, about the meetings you'll have to attend with a tired face and a foggy mind. But then you look at your baby's face, his wet eyelashes and trembling lips, and a wave of protection hits you so hard, you forget about the exhaustion for a minute. Your partner gets up and goes to the kitchen. You hear the sound of the kettle. She comes back with a cup of tea and forces you to sit for a moment while she takes over. You watch her walk around the room, and the baby resting on her shoulder. The crying is now an intermittent sob. Silence slowly starts to take over. You drink the hot tea, feeling the liquid restore a bit of your humanity. You sit together on the living room couch, in the dim light, watching the sky begin to lighten on the horizon. The clock reads 5:15 in the morning. The baby finally falls asleep. His breathing becomes deep and calm. You stay still, afraid even to breathe loudly in case the sound wakes him again. Your partner rests her head on your shoulder and falls asleep in seconds. You're left alone with your thoughts in the silence of the house. You realize no one warned you about this solitude of the early morning hours, about the constant doubt of whether you're doing it right or failing as a parent. But you also understand that this is the first battle of many, and that despite the crying, the fear, and both of your tears, here you are, holding on. Tomorrow will be another day of dark circles and coffee, of doubts and learning the hard way. But as you watch the sunlight begin to come through the window and reflect on the crib, you feel something has changed. You're no longer the same person you were a week ago. The crying has baptized you into the reality of life. You gently place the baby in his crib with extreme delicacy, give him an invisible kiss on the forehead, and lie down next to your partner, closing your eyes, hoping for at least 1 hour of peace before the world, and your child call for you again. Because in this dance of love and exhaustion, the clock never stops, and you're already ready for the next round. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give us a like, and comment on what video you'd like to see next. See you!